You think you know betrayal until you discover your loving husband of 5 years has been living a completely double life with another wife and 3 children in the next town over, and you're not even his real wife because he never divorced his first family. But what he didn't know is that I'm a private investigator who is about to expose his bigamy in the most devastating way possible at his other wedding anniversary party in front of both families at the same time. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and I need to tell you about discovering that my entire marriage was a lie and how I exposed my husband's double life in a way that destroyed everything he had built with both his families. For 5 years, I thought I was married to David Chun, the perfect husband. David was 38, worked as a regional sales manager for a medical supply company, and seemed to adore me. He was attentive, romantic, and everything I had dreamed of in a partner. We met at a coffee shop in downtown Portland, where I was working as a freelance private investigator, and he was supposedly meeting clients. David was charming, successful, and treated me better than any man I had ever dated. After dating for 8 months, David proposed with a beautiful ring and a heartfelt speech about wanting to spend the rest of his life with me. We had what I thought was a perfect wedding at a small venue with about 50 guests, mostly my friends and family, since David said his family lived far away and travel was difficult for them. Our marriage seemed ideal. David was loving, supportive, and financially stable. He traveled frequently for work, which I understood was normal for a sales position. He was usually gone 2 or 3 days a week, but when he was home, he was completely present and devoted. The only unusual thing about David was how private he was about certain aspects of his life. He didn't like me visiting his office, saying his company had strict policies about personal visits. He handled all of our financial accounts and said he preferred to keep business and personal finances separate. And he was oddly protective of his phone and laptop, but I attributed that to work confidentiality requirements. I never suspected that David was living a completely separate life with another woman and her children just 45 miles away in Salem, Oregon. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you how I discovered that my perfect marriage was actually an elaborate fraud, and how I used my professional skills to expose David's lies in the most spectacular way possible. The first suspicious sign. The first thing that made me suspicious happened 6 months ago when I was doing laundry and found a receipt in David's pants pocket. It was from a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant in Salem, dated on a Tuesday when David was supposed to be in